Hi, hello, hopefully you can hear me through my mask. If you can't, I can only apologise. The reason I put this on is because I did do a video earlier and obviously I was coughing a lot. And one of the reasons I think it might be is because I'm doing a lot of arts and crafts with my children, ready for Halloween and also for Yule and obviously later on in the year. It's something we started doing mainly during COVID. And when I used to do it in the past, I would only ever use one type of glue. And so this isn't a paid promotion, but this is the glue that I use. Just turn it around, you can probably see it better. And the reason I use this glue is because it also has varnish included, which basically means that I don't have to use more than one chemical when doing decoupage with my children, because it's already pre-mixed. And one of the things that I always try and say to people is try not to mix chemicals, especially if you're not experienced in doing so. So this is actually a pre-mixed glue and varnish, which is why I use it. And I've literally just been doing so much of this stuff with my children, and that this week I noticed that I was struggling to breathe and having a lot of coughing fits. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to try my new mask out. If all else fails, it'd be great for Halloween. I could pretend to be Bane or somebody out of Batman. The Batman comics. So what I've been using the glue with the children for, and this is why the children will do some of the work, but I end up doing the finishing touches, is things like Christmas stars. So obviously stars, you can use them any time of year, but people always associate them with Christmas and, with the three wise men and the baby Jesus. And so what happens is, obviously, these are MDF, and I don't like using MDF because, again, there's a lot of pros and cons for using MDF, but they were just so easy to get during lockdown, all these different shapes, and stars being one of them. And we've just got so many left over that when they want to do decorations or events or something, I just let them do this. So all that's on this, basically, it's an MDF star, which has then obviously been either painted with acrylic paint and then or layered papier-mâché or decoupaged. And then over the top, to seal it, to make it waterproof, I use this glue and varnish. A lot of people would say, why not just use PVA? Or Mod Podge. Well, Mod Podge is actually PVA. It is watered down PVA glue. And PVA is not water resistant. Although this is a water-based glue and varnish, so I won't just put it on. I'm quite sparing with it. I will add water to it to water it down. I've added paint to it. I've added, different types of fabric and one thing or another to it, to create the effect that we're looking for. Over time, what happens is if you just use PVA, your finishing item will start to go brown over time. Not straight away, but over time. But by using this decoupage and varnish mixture, it is quite expensive as well, but you can find it online. It gives anything that we've done. So, this is a bat. You can see how it's still not dried yet, the glue. It's still quite patchy in places. But once it's dried, it kind of gives it a plastic coating on the wood or on any surface that you use to decorate. And then once it does that, it's actually quite waterproof. I know this because my children have left these things outside when we've painted them in the garden, Again, so we don't have to use masks. We can just paint in the garden during the summer. And then I've brought them back in, let them dry, and they've still been okay because of the protective layer of this glue being put onto them. To be honest, I mean, anything, if you layer it enough, could potentially become waterproof. It's not 100% guaranteed, but because, like I said, I've been using this glue now for a couple of days solid. Maybe the reason why my throat is starting to get aggravated because of the solvents from the glue. My eyes are fine, although I do have a condition that affects my eyes, and that's related to the fluid in my brain. But when I say to people, make sure you wear breathing apparatus when you're using certain chemicals in the house, or like varnishes, etc. They even show you on programs like Money for Nothing and stuff, make sure you use something that's going to stop you inhaling the dust particles or the sawdust particles or the chemicals from the sprays or the aerosol cans that you're using. It is important because you don't really want to be breathing in stuff that could damage your lungs. Okay, we've got one pair of lungs and it's very important that we take care of them. So hopefully this has been a bit useful. Don't ask me what make or model this mask is. It's just one I got off eBay. It's generic. It is quite comfortable to wear. I'm a little bit worried that maybe these bits are supposed to be over the ear and not underneath. It's not hurting my face, even though it is quite, snug. So you can see it's quite a tight fit around where the seal is, which is what you want. And hopefully you have been able to hear and understand what I've been saying. So if you have any questions or queries, don't hesitate to comment. If you haven't got anything nice, don't say anything at all, or else it will be removed if it is abusive or to me or to anyone else. And apart from that, be safe, be well, be happy, and enjoy life. And I will see if by wearing this, it will help reduce or, prevent my cough and cold from getting any worse. So thank you and enjoy your evening.